Welcome back to the channel. It's been a wild month in Los Angeles, but the hard part is over and we got a little rain this week, so hopefully I will be snowboarding soon at Big Bear. Today we are hot riding my bicycle. I ride a Volano 3.0, that's an Amazon special brand. I bought it, I think, in 2020 or 2021, and I ride it all the time. Living in Los Angeles, anywhere like 4 miles or less, I'll just take the bicycle. If it's during rush hour, I'll race you. And I'm not fast on a bike. That's just that's just life here. It's got an aluminum frame, and it is the heaviest aluminum frame I've ever experienced. That never really bothered me that much. It's got 700 by 35C tires. My last bike had 28s, and would like to drop down to 32s, but for now I'm appreciating the more comfortable ride. It's also got flat bars on it because I do commute on it and the roads in LA suck. I did not want a full road bike with the downspout bars on it. And it's been great. However, the brakes. It was my first bike with disc brakes, and I was very excited to finally give them a shot. However, they are the cheapest disc brakes known to man. They have always been horrible, and they have devolved into dangerous. They're single piston calipers, and they don't have a fine adjustment screw on them. So all you can do is pull the cable, clamp it down, and hope you did it right. Again, single piston calipers, so only one of them moves. It's never lined up right because there isn't enough degrees of freedom in the caliper. And so every time you hit the brakes, it always bends the caliper in or the rotor in one direction or another. So as they've gotten actually worse over time, I finally had enough. The bike got to a point where I literally couldn't ride it. It was dangerous. As it sits, I can't stop going down a hill, which is hilarious. Like, honestly, 2 or 3 times it's hilarious. After that, I stopped riding it. So I got some new brakes. Let's open these bad boys up and slap them on. These are the brakes right here. This nondescript Amazon special packaging. 2 calipers and 2 rotors with hardware, which is nice because you're supposed to put thread lock on the rotor bolts. Was about $50, maybe $55. This is the new dual piston caliper. The sizes should all be the same as what's coming off my bike, but this is the fine adjustment screw right here. I'm hoping this is just a much higher quality piece than what is coming off, and I'm hoping the dual pistons solve most of my danger problems. These are the rotors. Full floating. There it is, full floating wave rotor. I've never seen these on a bicycle before. This is what like sport bike guys put on their motorcycles. But I ride motorcycles and these were an option. I had to do it. You know, that's hot rodding. If bigger's an option, we'll take it. Okay, wheel first. All right, I don't know if you can see, get a right angle. It never looks like I was getting full contact on my rotor up front. That would, I'm missing maybe, a third of the rotor here, a contact patch. And I obviously tried to fix that, but the caliper physically would not go down far enough with whatever adjustment it had to come in contact with the entirety of the rotor. So you can see, if you're giving up 30% of the contact patch with the rotor, you are basically losing 30% of your braking power up front, which is, what do they say, 70% to start with. So I'm going to change that rotor and be on my way. They probably gave me the right size tool when I built this, and I obviously don't have it right now. Okay, upon closer inspection, these are actually Torx bits. So now I have the right tool for the job. Lost my bit. The right tool in this case being a socket with a ratchet with a 1/4 inch socket, and then putting the nut driver into the 1/4 inch socket. They don't stay, but that's the right size for a nut driver if you ever want to use a socket or a ratchet instead of the screwdriver. Big in this bad boy. Beautiful. You did your best, but your best was not very good. Are the front and the back rotors different? 160, 160. No. 160s all around. Okay, I think we're dialed. It came with new rotor bolts, which is nice. They're supposed to be thread locked. The old ones are probably reusable. You know what? I like the silver. I'm using the silver ones. It'll match better, guys. Leave me alone. Gosh, they look smaller. The new bolts are like a thread shorter. So that's my justification for using the old ones. And I guess the screwdriver's fine to get them started. Come on, baby. Plenty of thread lock left to get the job done. I mean, it's my bike. Leave me alone. You know what? I'll put one in. Ooh, should I alternate? Should we get artsy with it? I mean, they're definitely shorter by like 1 thread. Ooh, the black looks kind of cool though. You know what? We'll get artsy with it. We'll alternate it. How about that? Can definitely feel that new thread lock bite. And that says 55 inch-pounds on there. So I'm going to go get the small torque wrench and torque that down. Okay, we're back with the small torque wrench. And we are going to 55 inch-pounds. Which was conveniently written on the rotor. So we need a 1/4 inch. We are going to get her done here. Ready? Beautiful. That is ready to go back on. I will do the caliper first, and then we'll be rocking and rolling. Ooh. Love it when you guess the right size on the first try. Take the cable out. Take the caliper off. That was the wrong spot. Here we go. Everything from the old caliper's off. I don't want to take off the end of the wire, but I do not see it fitting through that hole. That's a shame. I'm so mad at this right now. That hole was a little bigger. I could have backed the cap through and kept that brake cable clean, but I'm gonna have to cut it to get it off. That is supremely upsetting. But these things can happen when you hot rod everything. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now I got the bare wire sticking out. All right, I can fix that later. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know which one's supposed to go on front. One has a flat bracket, one has a curvy bracket. I'm gonna go with the flat bracket because the numbers match. Wish me luck. Nice and snug. Beautiful. Here's how we're gonna do this. Beautiful. Wow. Lovely. Nice. That is how I want that to look. Get the wheel where it needs to be. Just finger tighten these down a little bit. Wow, talk about being in your own way. I'm not gonna lie, those brake pads sound so much more serious. Boom. Wow. That seems like quite a difference, I'm not gonna lie. What do you think? Is that an acceptable amount of rub? I don't think I'm going to be able to get it better than that. I also love that every screw on these is the same size. Thank you, honestly. See, there's a lot of good things about this bike. Just the brakes were not one of them. Over here. I switched the cables on my bike so the front brake is on the right side. I did that to match my motorcycle. Or all motorcycles, not just mine. I want it a little bit tighter. Okay, so that's too much brake. Wow, you can really see how fast that adjuster works though. Those actually sound like real brake pads. Well, I don't know. I think that's ready for a test ride at least. That's just the front for now. But sun's going down. I want to go for a ride today.
Beautiful day in LA. I even brought the shorts out today because it's like 65 out still. It's a little frosty as the sun goes down, I'm not gonna lie. But it's okay. We can push through it. This is my second or third ride with the new brakes. Absolutely loving every minute of having confidence when you pull the lever. You know, gosh, this road swears it's a bike lane. It's awful. Who would have thought that in this specific case, the solution to my terrible brakes was just complete overkill? Well, as soon as I found out that was an option, had to do it to them. And I am so glad I did. Thanks for watching, boys. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and hot rod everything.